Worth the Trip features a wide variety of out-of-school activities and offers practical advice on how to organise and get the best out of school trips. Coming up, we follow primary school teacher Jenny Kiss taking a Year 4 class on a maths trip to Westonbirt National Arboretum in Gloucestershire. And Abigail Owen ventures down a mine with her group of primary pupils on a geography trip to the Blue John Cavern, a unique fluorspar found in Castleton. Laterton Primary School teacher Sarah Bugg prepares her pupils for a maths trip to the National Arboretum in Gloucestershire, which will be led by head teacher Jenny Kiss.
We go on trips from school at least once a term. We feel maths is great. It's maybe just been slightly neglected because maybe it has been done very much in a drier context within the classroom.
Now, the other word that's come up in some of the things for tomorrow is a word called area. All right, so can everybody read it? Area, all right? We might want to measure around the trunk, mightn't we? We might measure around. What about the area, though? I'm thinking of the area of something else, something that grows on the trees. What might we want to measure? Leaves, we might. It's in the houses to go down there.
Tomorrow we're going to be going to Westonbirt Arboretum and we're going to be trying out some of the activities on a numeracy trail.
The Arboretum offers a range of maths activities, but Jenny's pupils will be using their own maths trail.
The Arboretum started in around 1829, started by a gentleman called Robert Holford, who owned the very large house across the road. We have around 18,500 specimen trees. We've got around 3,500 different types of trees. The reason we have such a close relationship with Laterton is, firstly, they're on the doorstep. And I have a very good relationship with obviously the headmistress there, where we work quite closely together on a range of projects. Basically, Jenny proposed the idea of having a numeracy trail, and we worked on that. We took a walk round and sort of using my knowledge of the Arboretum and hers of numeracy, we came up with an idea of a range of different worksheets that can be done. And then Jenny worked on some and I worked on some, and basically it was taken from there.
We're taking 2 classes of children. Some children in year 3 and 4 and some children in a separate class who are in years 4 and 5. When we get to the Arboretum, we're going to go to the Education Centre. We'll be splitting up into groups to carry out various maths activities.
Now you can see why you needed your wellies today, can't you? OK, we've arrived in Lime Avenue. Tell me what you can see. Have a look. Look that way. Look up this way. What can you see? We're calculating the distances between trees so that we can go back and make some bar charts. Width. Underneath name, you'll be writing the width. Tell me which tree you're measuring the width from. So if that one is 1, 2, 3, this one is 4, 5, 6, 7. What do you notice about tree number 7? Rachel? It is quite thin. Why do you think that is? I think it's just lovely to be in a different environment. The children love to come out. It's a superb resource and on our doorstep. OK, have a look. Let's see if we can count how many trees. You see the autumn tree over to the right there? That's where we came in. So we're going to number all of these trees to make sure that we know which trees we're counting, which ones we're talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've used it 2 or 3 times already, and I'm sure there'll be lots of schools around the area and indeed further afield who, once they know about it, will see the benefit. There's a huge amount of numeracy work that we can do here.
We're working on their estimation skills, so they're making estimates at distances between trees, both across the avenue and between different trees along the avenue.
13, 16. Okay, what are we going to write down then? We've got a 14, a 16 and a 13.
They're estimating in strides and in metres and then checking by making strides and using a trundle wheel, which is also developing their skill of using a trundle wheel accurately for measuring longer distances.
I know, some of your estimations are becoming really good, aren't they? Really accurate.
We're going to be going back to the Education Centre to do a slightly more sedentary exercise, but using lots of the leaves that we've got at our disposal within the Arboretum to practice finding area and also to practice looking at line symmetry.
I want you to see if you can work out the area of one of the leaves. Now, how are you going to do that? Area. Do you remember that word?
We like doing the numeracy trail for a number of reasons. One of the reasons is we developed it, so Laterton does have a great interest in the numeracy trail. There aren't very many things that are laid on outside the classroom environment that can promote maths in a practical context.
Shall we spread ourselves out? Right, Toby at this end. We've got some lovely string.
It's fairly straightforward to set up a maths trail. It's not costly in terms of lots of equipment, particularly if you're using what you've got around you. I mean, that's all we've done really, is looked around the trees and said, OK, what activities can we do that can be done? And we haven't actually put anything permanent in the Arboretum. It's all based on the trees and some equipment that we sort of lend out, but it's mostly just using the trees.
Well, I think it's really nice that if you see a good idea and it works, you have a go at it yourself. So I think it's really important. It seems to still be OK to admit that you were rubbish at maths at school. We've got a whole school full of children here who all love maths, who all like doing maths, even if they find it quite a challenging subject. And I think part of that is if you can move outside the bounds of the classroom and get outside into the real world.
There are a variety of maths trips on offer throughout the UK, including the National Coal Mining Museum in Wakefield provides a unique opportunity to travel 140 metres underground down one of Britain's oldest working mines. The amazing hedge puzzle in Herefordshire makes maths fun and offers pupils the chance to learn through play in its mystic maze. School groups study the features of modern mathematics created in prehistoric times. Hit the Trail in Stockton-on-Tees provides visits to HMS Bark Endeavour, Preston Hall Museum and the Hollywood Bowl at Teesside Park. Mathematics trails and problem-solving activities offer an exciting way to teach mathematics. The Oceanarium on the seafront at Bournemouth offers an all-weather experience with discounted rates for groups of 10 or more. Maths trails are organised by a team of specialist teachers at the Birmingham Botanical Gardens. Abigail Owen from Netherton School in Wakefield is taking a group of primary pupils on a trip to a historic cavern in Castleton. Before taking any of her pupils on an educational visit, Abigail inspects the venue.
And they will be queuing over there on that side.
Right, Brill. It's part of the job. You do it. It's not something I can get away from. It's my choice to bring my children here, so I've got to do everything that I feel I have to do, and the school sets out as policy to do anyway. So is this the first meeting point where we'll be standing with the children, gathering here?
Yeah.
And you'll have a talk to them about...
Get everybody down.
If I wasn't happy after doing this recce with any of the aspects of the trip, I would obviously think about what aspects could be changed so it could mould, you know, what I wasn't happy with. It actually really does look really vile, doesn't it?
Again, we encourage the kids to touch it.
Yeah, that's lovely.
It looks slimy, it looks horrible.
So there's no danger to it.
There's not nothing toxic.
Toxic or anything, is it?
Poisonous here. No, it's mineral water and calcium.
I'm actually very satisfied with everything that I've seen. The guide has answered a lot of my questions. I've got no concerns at all about bringing 26 7, 8-year-olds to the Blue John Caverns.
The school prides itself on offering pupils the chance to learn and develop their skills outside the classroom.
When I went to the visit, I immediately saw the potential as to what the children will get out of this, and it's just the kind of place where the children, I think, will have that mixture of excitement and fear at the same time, and never knowing what's around the next corner.
I know it took a long time, you've been absolutely brilliant, but what we need to do is get off this coach safely and we need to walk down to that building.
The caves are just a massive chambers and caverns which the children will be led round and given a tour guide and just said how they're made and the interesting features about the caverns.
It's not topping! This is called topping. It's not topping!
It's scary to think.
Especially when you're 6.
A lot, especially when you're 6, yeah, definitely.
6 and younger, 6 and younger 3.
How many candles does something like that hold?
28.
28.
28 candles you'd need.
You were giving me
And you've probably seen how far it is up to the roof as well. You'd need a lot of light to light up a cave like this.
Does this cavern have a particular name?
It's called the crystallised cavern.
The stalactites come down and the stalagmites grow up. So those stalactites, they hang down from the roof and they're 50,000 years old.
Touch it, please. No.
It looks horrible, doesn't it?
It looks so
Does it feel like it's slimy?
Yeah.
So far, brilliant. The children are absolutely taken aback by it all. Bit hesitant at first, bit nervous, but they were absolutely fine once we got into the cave, and they're full of questions and very good indeed. He's going to go up the inside. Where do you think he's going? Look, it's gone. It's gone. Where do you think he's going to come out? Oh no, well I might have to go rescue him.
No, thanks.
No?
I'll go.
Oh look, look, give him all a cheer, children. They're doing that for us. As we go up through, I'm going to keep asking you if you remember the names of each of the little caverns. Can anyone remember what the one that we've just been in? Where Richard did his climbing. It was a funny word. Begins with a V, yes. Variegated. What have you got to say, children, for
Yes, thank you for having a look down.
The whole experience for them, were, you know, I think they just enjoyed it from the moment they stepped into the caves to the moment they came out. Unlike during a school day, you might have 5 minutes at playtime, half an hour at dinner time. On a school trip, you're actually constant all the way through, on duty throughout, and it's quite wearing, being aware where everyone is, making sure everyone's safe, rather than just being sat down in the classroom. So it is quite tiring taking children out on a trip, and tonight I'll be absolutely shattered. But it's worth it, definitely.
Here are some similar geography trips around the country. Set in the heart of Cumbria, Honister Slate Mines offer a guided tour showing the current workings of the mines. Visitors see how the slate is extracted using a mixture of modern and traditional methods. The Conway Centre is a large residential educational facility set in idyllic surroundings on the island of Anglesey, North Wales. All senior staff are qualified teachers. The Scottish Mining Museum in Newton Grange, just 9 miles south of Edinburgh, offers a unique opportunity for first-hand learning about a real colliery. Woodland Nature Reserve near Ellesmere in Shropshire provides an excellent educational resource for geography. Here you can see North Shropshire's largest quarry combined with a landfill site and a wetland nature conservation area. Kielder, Hamsterley and Chopwell forests in Hexham, Northumberland provide a valuable natural resource. Recreation rangers are on hand to provide guided walks, talks and a whole range of educational activities. The Cheddar Caves in Somerset offer a quarter of a mile of cathedral-like caverns carved out over 1 million years by Ice Age meltwaters, leading to the magnificent Diamond Chamber.